Good morning out there, General Collective. This is Vicky with Valkyrie Tarot coming at you. I don't know if the rest of you are sensitive like I am to the energies and everything lately, but man, it's kicking me on my ass. So this is going to be my twin flame reading, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, like I normally do. I'm doing it a little earlier than normal. Usually I do it around the middle of the month, right after the moon shift, but I don't know. The dreams I've been having lately, the energy I've been feeling lately, I think we need a reading. So, here we go. Alright, so we have the Divine Masculine over here, Divine Feminine over here. So, again, if those of you are in a twin flame relationship, you probably identify with one side or the other. Most commonly, the Divine Feminine is going to be the one who's more emotional, the one who's more intuitive, the one who's able to express their emotions clearly, whereas the Divine Masculine is more closed off. Not that they don't feel the same way, it's just they're more stable. They're not as expressive with their emotions. Okay? So here we go. Setup's going to be the same as how I do my normal readings. Energy for the Greater Collective. Twin Flame reading March 2020. King of Cups coming out. This is the energy of someone who knows what they want. They're balanced. They will do anything that they have to get it. They're a committed person, able to express their emotions freely. Here we go. Page of Swords. So this is someone who is perhaps believing in a lie about you, or someone who is gossiping about you or speaking false words. And by you, I'm just taking the stance of the Divine Feminine right here. So this is someone who is stuck in their ego. They're not speaking truth, and or they're believing gossip. Okay? Divine Feminine energy. Temperance, emotional balance, spiritual balance, trying to find healing, scorpionic energy over here. This is Gemini energy as well. Energy between the two of you. The Emperor in reverse, Divine Masculine energy. When we see the Emperor in reverse, we see someone who is controlling, we see someone who is stubborn, we see someone who is not necessarily abusive in the general sense of the term, but someone who is more interested on themselves. They're micromanaging, they're very particular, and in a relationship can come off as controlling in the negative aspect. Generally, this is someone who you feel like you can't breathe around, you feel stifled by their energy. The Challenge is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So not being able to walk away from something that doesn't serve you. This might mean that the two of you are still together, or it might mean that one or both of you are unable to walk away from the energy of this relationship in order to let it go, in order to heal. It seems like the Divine Feminine is trying to heal, and it seems like the Divine Masculine is stuck in their ego a little bit, believing something that's not true, or has said something that wasn't true. The Blockage. The Artist. This is unique to this deck. This is someone who manifests what they want. They can draw, they can dream. You know, if you can dream it, you can achieve it type of quote. This is someone who is kind of stuck in their head. It's like they have expectations, and if the world that they live in doesn't live up to those expectations, they are extremely upset about it. Okay, so it could have been that between the two of you there was an expectation of how this relationship was supposed to go, or vice versa, an expectation of how the other person was supposed to love the other one, and that expectation fell flat, perhaps. Past situation currently influencing the Divine Masculine is the Knight of Swords. Someone came in swiftly and cut the other person out. This is an action of frustration. This is an action of anger. This is something that was said that was emotional and was not clearly it wasn't thought about. It was like an argument. It was anger. Past situation from your loved one's point of view is the Seven of Swords. Feeling lied to. Notice how they're looking at each other here. Feeling lied to, feeling deceived. Deceived, that's not a word. Feeling like there was deceit in the relationship. Feeling like a truth was hidden. Notice how they're holding one sword. That's the truth right there. And they're keeping 4 swords in their pocket. So they're trying to rest and recuperate and try and understand the situation. So there was a lack of trust here between the two of you. Outcome from the Divine Masculine's point of view. The 5 of Pentacles. Feeling left out in the cold. Maybe feeling depressed or sad about the situation. Outcome from the Divine Feminine's point of view is the Hermit. Secluding oneself, being introspective, trying to heal, trying to understand the situation, trying to better understand oneself. Educating oneself to be able to be better. Sorry, my voice is all over the place today. I didn't sleep well. Overall outcome, so the 5 of Wands. Competition or conflict. So perhaps the two of you are still, your energies are still at odds with each other for some reason. And it's most likely because something was believed that wasn't true and someone feels lied to. Energy under the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Thinking about the stability of this relationship, thinking about if it's worth another shot. Can I hear more about this Page of Swords here? So 3 of Swords in reverse, trying to heal from a difficult situation, trying to heal from pain or past breakups, trying to also, and oftentimes with the Divine Masculine, pretending that they're not as hurt as they are. Okay, Temperance over here. This is definitely healing. The Divine Feminine is healing over here. We'll take what popped out, even though a whole bunch flipped over. The 6 of Pentacles, learning how to find balance, learning how to find an even give and take. And then the 4 of Pentacles, learning how to protect oneself, hold things closer to the chest, perhaps not be as open or as vulnerable as they were in the past. That's a problem Divine Feminines have, is we're usually too vulnerable. We let ourselves go, not in the bad sense, but like we are too trusting for our Divine Masculine. We let them in. We let ourselves be vulnerable, and sometimes the Divine Masculine doesn't like that. They feel that our vulnerability is a weakness, whereas in the Divine Feminine, we feel it is our strength. So it's all perception, obviously. Let's look at this Emperor down here. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. So the Emperor, Divine Masculine, all connected here. Someone feels left out in the cold. There's a stubbornness. There's an anger. There's a controlling nature here. It's almost like your Divine Masculine is upset that something that the Divine Feminine did. Either they pulled away or they're trying to find their own strength. They're trying to come into their own. But the Divine Masculine is having an issue. So it's upsetting them. What is this? Can you tell me more about this 5 of Pentacles over here for the Divine Masculine? Yeah, because the Divine Masculine needs balance as well. There's a lot of pentacles associated here, so there might have been an argument about finances at some point, or something related to work or stability. High Priestess over here in reverse for the 8 of Cups. Cancerian energy. This is someone who's not following their own intuition. This is someone who's blocked. This is someone who's keeping everything to themselves. So they are not able to communicate how they feel, nor do they trust the other person. Why is that? Wow, because of the King of Cups, because somebody was very open and very honest about their emotions. I'm guessing, based on how these are laid out, that the Divine Masculine felt threatened by the openness of the Divine Feminine here. Scorpionic energy also, just to let you know. The Artist, 9 of Wands. So, yeah, I said it before, that the Artist is about you know, having expectations and wanting those expectations to come to fruition. But this Nine of Wands over the top was a revving up for a final go, or trying to like maintain energy. And it was almost like it took too much work. It took too much energy to have these expectations. Yeah. And then the Hermit in reverse. So somebody isolated themselves. The Hermit in the upright is pulling away to kind of look within, but the Hermit in reverse over here is someone who has completely just shut off, has just completely just withdrawn, because whatever happened was not to their liking. So instead of trying to fight through it, which is what the Nine of Wands kind of represents, this person just gave up. What is this Knight of Swords? Gemini energy. What is this Knight of Swords over here? Ace of Swords. A lie or a truth not coming out. There's no communication here. So this Knight of Swords, somebody came in swift, said something very hurtful most likely, and then just shut off. I wouldn't doubt it if the two of you are not speaking, and or if there's some silent treatment going on between the two of you. Seven of Swords. It's the King of Wands in reverse. So this could have been someone who lost their temper. King of Wands is Leo energy, but can sometimes come off as someone losing their temper, someone saying something hurtful, but only because they were hurt. You know what I mean? It's one of those types of situations. The King of Wands in reverse is also somebody who lacks confidence. So something might have happened here in this situation that the Divine Feminine kind of pulled within herself. She just didn't feel confident. She felt insecure about this connection. What is this Five of Pentacles up top? Fool in reverse. Not wanting to take a blind leap of faith. I'm guessing it's also not wanting a new beginning, though. Yeah. Judgment. This is a karmic connection here, as it is with all twin flame things, but excuse me. But Judgment in reverse, Scorpionic energy. Fool is Aries energy. Ironically, they both share Mars, which is the divine masculine planet. Judgment in reverse means that somebody is fighting change. They're fighting their growth. They're fighting this connection between the two of you. It's like they know there's a connection, but they don't want there to be a connection, so they're trying to ignore it and hope that it goes away. But it's probably not going away. The Hermit over here, clarified by the Death card. So transformation again. That's this Temperance card here. Death is the ending of something. It's transforming. It's Phoenix rising. Some decks actually, instead of the Death card, you see the Phoenix. You know, burning out the old to make room for something new. This might mean that there was the end of this relationship, or it might mean that this person's Divine Feminine is leveling up. She's ascending. She's transforming spiritually. Maybe that makes the Divine Masculine uncomfortable. She's growing. This Divine Feminine is transforming because there was a lack of stability in the past. It's all they wanted was stability in this relationship, and it wasn't there. Either they couldn't offer it, or the Divine Masculine couldn't offer it. That was the reason. And the Divine Masculine couldn't take a blind leap of faith because they were fighting this connection. They didn't believe that this connection was as strong as it was. All right, so Five of Wands. Obviously, you guys have seen your share of conflict. What do we got here? Five of Wands. What's the overall outcome? Hierophant. Non-traditional unions. Taurus energy. Following one's own beliefs instead of following the norm. Justice. A lack of balance between the two of you. Libra energy. Could mean that there's a divorce coming up if you see these two together. Also, if you guys are married. Chariot, Cancerian energy, moving forward triumphantly, perhaps gapping a distance. And Strength. Leo energy, being able to come into one's own and being able to feel confident in one's own skin. letting go of insecurities. And then the page of, the Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So the only way this will move forward between the two of you, and that's what I'm seeing here, there's still a connection here. Obviously, there's a lot of foundation. There's love. There's balance. There's balance, but the Divine Feminine is gaining balance and the Divine Masculine has lost his. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here. Once the Divine Masculine is able to speak their truth, open up about whatever this conflict was in the past, there will be a conflict in the future. You guys are going to have a conversation at some point if you want this connection to heal, you know, in this life. If you don't heal, twin flames don't always come together, okay? That's just something we all have to be honest about, but it is a karmic lesson. And if we don't heal our lesson in this lifetime, we are bound to repeat it again in the future. So that's where you need to put the work in, either on your own side as a Divine Feminine or your own side as a Divine Masculine. But this connection is going to stay. It's going to linger until you guys figure out how to communicate. And once you can communicate, once this Divine Masculine can accept that there is a connection between the two of you, and once the Divine Feminine is able to grow and ascend spiritually, there will be movement, there will be confidence, there will be strength, and there will be a chance to provide stability in the future, whether you guys are together or not, but for this energy, for this connection. And it's really important that you guys realize that there is a connection here, and it can be stable, but it will be a slow moving connection because of what all of the stuff that you've been through. There's most likely been a karmic lesson in the past. And the energy under the deck is the Sun, ultimate happiness, which is really good to have. Can I get 2 cards for the Divine Masculine for the energy that they're in right now? Okay, well, leader, recognition, respect, spirit of the lion, Divine Masculine again, okay? And demon spirit, tormented fear, shadow self. So the Divine Masculine right now is going through something. They are changing, they are growing, they are going through their shadow work right now. And I'm guessing the Divine Feminine's already gone through theirs, just based on the cards that are laying out here. I know I've gone through mine. Can I get 2 cards of the Divine Feminine for their energy right now? Spirit of the Swans, grace, elegance, poise. So yeah, the Divine Feminine's just trying to keep it together, trying to ride the storm out. And Spirit of the Waters, cleansing, healing, emotions. Again, the Divine Feminine's healing a lot right now. The Divine Masculine's just working through their crap. Let's do some guidance from the Romance Angels. Can I get 3 cards to represent this union? Advice from the Romance Angels. 1, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So one or both of you might have had a really rough upbringing or problems with something in your past with your family. It's amazing. Our relationships with our parents actually really do dictate how we love when we grow up. There's a lot of things that talk about attachment disorders with that. Yeah. Past life relationship. You've known each other before and worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life. So yeah, you got to put the work in. Again, that Knight of Pentacles, he always wins the race. He always comes up at the end, but he takes a while to get there. All right, can I get a message from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? I care too much about what others think right now. Okay. That's common. The Divine Masculine usually just sits pretty strong in their ego. They are their ego. They don't know how to step outside of it, whereas the Divine Feminine is their emotions. They are able to put their egos aside. Can I get a message from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? Oh, I just did that. What does the Divine Feminine want to say to the Divine Masculine right now? Sorry. What does the Divine Feminine want to say to the Divine Masculine right now? thought about reaching out, but then I stopped myself. So the Divine Feminine is probably afraid just to make that communication. All right, we're going to pull an oracle deck from the Lightworkers Oracle because twin flames are light. We are spirits of each other. We are two halves of a whole. Can I get one card? There it is. Wow. Past life activation. I mean, you guys, twin flames are past lives. We are, we made this karmic decision to meet up in the past before we came into these bodies. I'm going to read for you. Your soul has a history of lifetimes through which it has learned to be wise and develop certain talents. You have learned lessons and acquired skills and abilities. Sometimes these are mastered through very challenging circumstances. You might feel you are obtaining mastery in certain areas again in this lifetime, again through challenging circumstances. The soul can certainly develop through joy, love, happiness, but often it is through the experience of conquering a challenge that the real gems are won for the crown of the soul. The oracle of past life activation comes to you when a power you developed in a past life would be useful for your access in your current lifetime. Perhaps this talent or ability will become the seed of a spiritual vocation for you, a skill that expands your career or brings personal joy. The ability that surfaces from the depths of your soul will be whatever is the greatest benefit to you now. Sometimes, whilst the treasure is emerging from the depths of your being of consciousness, it will be coated with pain from your past. You might notice the outer coating first, the pain of abandonment, rejection, ridicule, or shaming that perhaps resulted from the suppression or denial of that soul gift in your past life. This may be the reason you have not incarnated with it fully awakened and having it at your immediate disposal. You have to allow it to rise up in you. You need to dig a little to crack open the coating of that wound and free the treasure that temporarily became trapped within the pain. When you release the pain, you free the treasure once locked within it. Perhaps your gift was challenging to a community in the life past, whereas now it will be more readily accepted because that community has matured spiritually over time. Or perhaps you have matured and now will value your gift and be open to the divine guidance it will show you. The gift you are reviving is worthwhile. As you cleanse the memories, beliefs, or programs that once caused you to subconsciously protect yourself by hiding your talent, you will grow strong enough to process the pain and stand in the truth of your reclaimed gifts. If you have been considering a new line of work, feeling like you'd like to explore or express different talents, or have the urge to develop an interest and transform it into a vocation, you are very likely already feeling the stirrings of that past life activation now taking place for you. Trust that changes you feel, a part of your divine inheritance, is being restored to you. Yeah, so greater collective out there, twin flames. It resonates with me. I'm hoping it resonates with the rest of you guys. It might also behoove you guys, if you have always thought about doing past life regression, it might be a really good idea for you guys to look into doing that as well. I've done it multiple times. It's really helped me heal with past relationships, but really helped me understand my relationship with my twin flame as well. So again, greater collective. Hopefully this resonated with you guys. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. If it didn't, it's totally fine. See you later. Deuces.